Hello students, myself Rohini Gupta, one of the botany senior faculties in the Sri Chaitanya Goshala. Today I am taking important topic taxonomic categories under the chapter The Living World. Why we have selected this topic for today's discussion? You know that in the NCERT or the syllabus upcoming for your NEET exam, they deleted some of the topics and chapters as well. So these chapter like the living world is having more weightage, a little bit more than the previous. And when I come to this topic under the living world taxonomic categories, student fail to understand some of the terms, like they have given categories, rank, taxon or taxa. We will take all these points in this lecture, and I hope so you will be focused on each and every part of this lecture, so that this at least topic which is important under this chapter will be clear with you. Now let's start with this topic. The taxonomic categories are what? These are the one of the part in the classification. Right now, what is this classification? Let's start from the basic root. Why we are taking this taxonomic category? I said you this is for the classification. Now, why we are classifying the things? To make our study easier. Don't think about botany or any subject. Just simply when we are going with our day-to-day life. You know that when we are going for any purchase in a grocery, for example, I am taking in grocery shop, we are going to purchase something. It's very convenient for us to pick up the things as per our requirement because it is properly categorized and you can purchase it so conveniently. In the same way here, if we are putting the classification on living organism to make our study convenient and to understand the similarities and dissimilarities among the same organism or in different organism, this classification is going to be very useful. And this classification is one of the part of the taxonomy. To understand this classification or to go with this classification, we have to identify the organism nicely, right? And even we have to characterize that very nicely. If we know the characters, only then we can classify that, right? Now, with that introduction, let's see the taxonomic categories are how many and how we are arranging into the various steps. Like this one, this is the way how we are giving the various categories for the classification. You can see here right now 7 categories we have written here, and these categories we can call them as a taxon if I am saying it as a singular, or I can name it as a taxa if I am taking it as a plural of it. Simply, this is the difference between taxon and taxa. First thing, taxa is the plural, whereas a taxon is the singular, right? So, in that context, you will find this is a pyramid which is inverted type. Why here it is like inverted? Because we have made it based on number of organisms. If you are starting from higher taxon and moving towards the lower, the number of organisms will decrease. This is simply like if we are taking a continent, right, which is a bigger one, obviously the number of organisms will be more there. Then if you are coming on country level, the number of organisms will decrease, right? Then come on the state level, right? Then come on the waste or the state level or the town level, city level. If you go on the lowest of the hierarchy of this trend, the number of organisms will decrease. In the same way, in the classification, if you are moving from higher to lower, the number of organisms will keep on decreasing. One aspect, just I have shown you the outview what you are now looking on the board. Fine. Okay, back to the main heading, hierarchy of classification. Let's see the word hierarchy. Hierarchy means something you are giving some trend, the order, higher to lower or lower to higher. When you open your NCERT book, they have given the thing from lower to higher because they are keeping the arrows from species to genus, genus to family, family to order, order to class, class to division or phylum, and to kingdom. If arrows are going like this, means you are learning about ascending order from lower to higher. Because the basic, the smallest one, the unit of classification here will be the species. and the largest one will be the kingdom. Fine. Okay. Now hierarchy of what we are doing, classification. Just now I said you, we have to classify the organism. Being they are big in number, you have learned that value even in the beginning of the chapter, 1.7 to 1.8 million, that we know and we have study on that very species are there on this planet. So to make the study easier for all that animals or the plants or any organism, to make it easier, we have to classify them. And obligatory that levels of classification will be 7. I use the word here obligatory. Obligatory means compulsory. Compulsory, how many such levels we required? 7 we required. Otherwise, scientist has used the other subcategories as well, which can be like under the family, subfamily, right? Or under the order, their suborder, or usually we can find in one of the questions like family and genus. In between that, what can come? Tribe will come. Tribe is one of the level in the hierarchy of classification, but it is not obligatory. So don't take tension of this classification right now, which is not obligatory, right? So simply right now we are discussing that one, which is going to be obligatory, means which is going to be compulsory. So how many are there? 7 are there. And this is written in the way of number of organism in the decreasing order. Fine. So hierarchy of classification, I hope so the heading is clear to you. Why we are classifying? To make the study easier. And now coming to the point, I am naming them as a category. Category means, this is a normal English term which makes a group of the similar thing together, right? You have collected some plants which are having common feature like Solanaceae family. So many plants you have learned over there. So this is one category of the organisms which are having similar character. So can I say at every level you are having some categories over there for whom these are the common terms. You are using kingdom, division, class, order, family, genus, species. These are common terms for that. And under the kingdom, you know that according to 5 kingdom classification, now you are naming that level, right? What is that? Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, Animalia, like that. Getting? So that will become a category. Now I am saying that the category is a rank as well, right? Rank how? Like if I am saying that this class, right, randomly I am picking one thing, this is the class, I am saying this is lower as compared to division, right? But it is higher than the order. Then I am talking about a rank of the class, right? Otherwise, class is a category. Like if I am saying Dicotyledonea, it is one of the class under Angiospermae, right? So it is containing the plants which are similar in its character, right? But now it is different from Monocotyledonea. Monocotyledonea, Dicotyledonea belongs to the class level, right? But this class is higher than the order, like Polymoniales. To Polymoniales, the Dicotyledonea or Monocotyledonea is higher. But as compared to Angiospermae, it is lower. Now I am comparing one level with another. Now that category will be announced as a rank. Is that clear? So otherwise rank, category and taxon is not a different thing from each other, but the way if you express is different, then it make a difference. Clear? Now, if I am taking the more detailed description of this, the first of all, we will start from the basic level, which you call it as species. And few questions you must know beforehand. If I am taking the concept of the species first, let's talk about one important question in this part. What is that question? They can ask you that what is the correct ascending order of the sequences you are taking in this hierarchy. We will discuss few questions at the last even, but you must remember if we are taking ascending as per your NCERT book, I said you the arrows given like that, then no doubt species to kingdom. Maybe in the exam they give you the based on the number of organisms. So who is having more number of organisms? Kingdom. Then you have to go from kingdom up to the species level. right? So according to number of organism, kingdom is having more number of organism as compared to the species. Then you have to go like this. Just you have to check your options at that point, right? So, but the sequence should be correct. After the kingdom, what should come? Division. And do remember, division is for the plants and phylum is for the animals. Then after that, both of them can be other having the lower class, then order, then family, then genus, then will be the species, right? Obligatory taxa. And we use the word here taxon over there, which is singular and plural is a taxa. This is not a single step of classification. It is a hierarchy of steps. Then you will get a proper type of classification, right? So taxon, taxa, category and rank. We discuss the differences between them where you are having the major problem. Now next after this, if we take the next important question, if I am going from lower to higher, what will happen? One thing I already discussed with you, the number of organisms will increase. And do remember one more thing will happen, that number of similar characters, or you call it as common characters, that will decrease here, right? Because like Monera, you know that one of the kingdom randomly, okay, one more I am taking plant. Is there anything common much between that? It is not much. But if I am taking genus species like Solanum tuberosum, means potato, right? Solanum melongena means brinjal. You can figure out more of the similarities because they are coming under the same family Solanaceae, right? So if you are moving from lower to higher, the number of similar or common character will decrease, but the number of organism will increase. As per I said you, as giving you the example of like continent, country, state, city, town, like that, the way I described, like this same, right? So this is the one of the important question here. And one more thing, if I correlate, if you are going from lower to higher, to establish the relation between two different taxa is going to be a problem. Like if I correlate some of the common thing between Monera plante, then you cannot establish much of the relation between that. Establishing relationship become tough for you, means classification becomes slightly tough. But if you are moving down, you can establish the relation between two different taxa at the same level. That will be easier, right? Solanum nicotiana, both belongs to Solanaceae family. You can easily figure out their correlation. So classification is easier. But if we are going to move from lower to higher, the finding out the correlation between two different taxa on the same level will be slightly tough, right? So this even point you will keep in your mind. All the facts what I am talking about, it is given in your NCERT. Just we are talking and maybe by discussion it will be firm in your mind now, right? So how many taxa we are taking? Obligatory one, 7 we are taking, right? Now I repeat, I am going to start with the basic one which you call it as species. Clear? Now species is what? Can I say this is the basic level which we are going to take of the classification. What is that basic level here, right? Means the smallest level. The smallest level of the classification we are going to take here. So the smallest level what we are going to take here, the species. Fine. Now let's talk about species. Can I say this is a group of related organism which is having the fundamental similarities? And if I talk in the context of the definition of species, it should be that much closely related that if they reproduce, then they should give the fertile young one. This is very important to understand, right? If they are giving means the infertile a young one, then they are not the species. If they are giving fertile, then they are the species. Clear? They belongs to the same species group. This is very important to understand. They are reproductively isolated. Means if they reproduce, they definitely has to give rise to the fertile young one. Otherwise, that is a group of the individual sharing the fundamental similarities, right? Now, what is the genus? First of all, do remember, genus is the singular. When you find the term genera, this is a plural of it. Because when the paper setter is changing the word genus to genera, then maybe you are feeling which thing we are talking about. Actually, we are talking about same thing. Only the matter of singular and the plural. Now, it is higher than the species. Now, can I say it is a group of related species right now? That you call it as one genus. And here in NCERT, you will find one line which usually make you confused. I said you the species are having more common characters as compared to the genus. Being genus is higher than this. Now, what is that line which make you confused at the genus level? Is that suppose I am taking the concept here regarding of the genus, but of which type I am taking here? Suppose I am taking Solanum. Solanum is such a genus which is polytypic. Polytypic means it is having other species which are much in number, not one. Like Solanum tuberosum will be there, means potato. Solanum melongena, which is a brinjal. Then is the Solanum nigrum, which is a makoi. It is given in your morphology chapter under the diagram, that makoi word. You will not find in a written in anywhere in your NCERT. So be careful, this is important. So Solanum is having so many species. So this genus is a polytypic. Fine. Now, if I am taking from the same family Solanaceae, one more, Nicotiana. Nicotiana species is the tabacum. Fine. Now, what is happening here? Now, listen this point very carefully. If I am taking all these species which comes under Solanum, they are having more common features as compared to the species which is coming under this Nicotiana. Are you getting my point? So, the one category which is under one higher category is having more similarity as compared to this species, right? Because this is coming under another genus. Getting that? So, who is having more similarities here? These species, not tabacum, because tabacum is coming under Nicotiana. I hope so when you will read that line, you will come out with that clarity of the concept, which is very important at this point. Otherwise, the genus is having less common characters as compared to the species. But if I am saying species which are in different genus, under which genus? Nicotiana, for example. This is having less common feature as compared to this, because these are coming under one genus, this is coming under this genus. Getting that? So, just they are comparing one different taxa under the same higher category, which is a Solanum. So, Solanum is having these species which is more common as compared to tabacum, right? Okay, now coming to the next one, that is a family. Family is the next higher level, where important now is to discuss that what it is containing. Can I say family consists of related genera? Now the word is used genera. Group of related genera will create a one family, right? Now family is more studied based on what feature? Vegetative features as well as the reproductive features. Because I said you the number of common character decreases. So now which characters are left to study the family? Vegetative characters and the reproductive characters. Fine. Okay. I will give you the example in the last that which family comes under what? Separately for the plants and separately for the animals. So group of related genera, you call it as family. Now group of related families create one order which you take it higher than the family, that you call it as order. Now from order onwards, being the common character decreases, we are taking them as an aggregate of characters only. Otherwise, every level is not merely aggregate of morphological characters. These are the distinct entities, biological entities. I mean to say that every level, every category or the taxon is the distinct biological entity, right? It is not merely like simply you are looking to character and putting it blindly. It is not like that. This is distinct in their own ways based on the similarity. Solanum, tuberosum, melongena, nigrum having some similarity. That's why you kept it under Solanaceae. So you look to the similarities, you look to the dissimilarities and make it separate from Convolvulaceae, right? So it is not simply just taking and putting. No, it is the category on texta which is distinct from the others based on the dissimilarity from them and putting some categories together due to their similarities. And it is obviously we are talking living organism, that's why biological entity which is unique in their way. Fine. So this is important line in your NCERT. Okay. Now order, I repeat, it is having still lesser common characters than the family. So it is mainly categorized based on the floral characters. You can call it as reproductive, no difference. But NCERT using these words, so be careful. Otherwise, reproductive and floral characters are same. Okay. Now, what is a class? Can I say group of related orders will make one class, right? Now, what is a one class? I repeat, which is a group of related orders. Now, group of related classes, you will call it as division in case of plant. In the case of plants. And group of related classes, call it as phylum in case of animals. And group of related division or group of related phyla. Now be careful, the word is phyla, is a plural of the singular phylum. That you call it as kingdom. Getting that? So this is the one general point of view you should know. Now how to exemplify that? The example they have given you from your NCERT, I am picking only for the plants and for the animals. Let's take that. If I am taking the examples now, like for the plants, I am picking up the example first. What is the common name of the categories? Like, let me to take first. I am starting from the species, from here like this, right? Then is what? Genus. Then I am taking for the family. Then order. Then is a class. Division. Why I am using the word division? Because I am talking about the plants. And last they are having the kingdom. Right? Now let's talk about what species. We are moving from the lower to the highest now with examples. Let's check out with examples. Okay. Let's take the example here for the species. I said you tuberosum. Then after that melongena. Right? Then is for the nigrum. Fine. These all come under which genus? That is a Solanum. Right? These all three comes under the Solanum. Fine. But add on to that Solanum. If I take one more like the Tura, or I am taking for Petunia, these all three now come under which family? Solanaceae family. Right? All three will come under the Solanaceae family. Now with the Solanaceae, if I take one more, Convolvulaceae, and many other more families. But as an example, Solanaceae plus Convolvulaceae comes under which order? Polymoniales. Why they come together under that? Because they have more similarities. That's why we kept it. Right? And why it is separated from other families? Being it is dissimilar from them. Right? Now polymoniales will carry this Solanaceae as well as this Convolvulaceae. But if I take additional more orders, like I take malvales, I take the rosales, it will come under which class? That will be in the case of dicotyledonnae. Dicotyledonnae will include these three orders, right? Now dicotyledonate, if I take one more additional to that, monocotyledonate, right? These will come together under which division? Angiospermae, right? Now angiospermae, along with that, 5 divisions are there, right? Just below to that angiospermae, what is there? Gymnospermae, right? Then even below to that, rhidophytes are there. Then below to that, what is there? Bryophytes are there. Still lower to bryophytes are the alga. Now all these divisions come under which kingdom? Plantae. So we reach up to the higher level by coming from the lower to the higher. So must remember all these examples. This is given in your book in a paragraph form, right? We discuss step by step, right? So learn all these points. This is important for you. Now next thing, let me to take that one more example. What is that example now? Here for the animals. I am taking for the animals now, right? Same trend you have to follow. Okay, species. Then after that, genus. Then what is there? Family. Then order. Then after is the class. Then is the phylum I will write, because we are discussing about animals, right? Then is a kingdom. In your book, they have written the species like Leo, Tigris, Pardus, which comes under which genus over there? Panthera. Can I say Panthera leo is a scientific name of lion? Panthera tigris is for tiger. Panthera pardus is for leopard, right? So this is again a polytypic type of the genus. If I take an example of Homo sapiens, Homo will have the only one species, that is a sapiens. So it is a monotypic type, right? Okay, now Panthera means these three comes under Panthera. If I include one more genus right now, Felis, which include cats, right? So this Felis and Panthera will comes under the family Felidae, right? Which family it comes? Felidae. If I take one more family now, that is a Canidae, which include the dogs now. Can I say, being similar in characters with these categories, they are kept under the same order, that is Carnivora, right? Which is now different from another level of order which you are taking, Primata. Felidae, Canidae comes under Carnivora. Now I am taking for the Primata, which can includes like chimpanzee over there, gorilla will be there, monkey will be there. So it will be coming under which class? Both Carnivora and Primata. It is coming under the class Mammalia. And you know that according to evolution, how many classes right now where Mammalia at same level? It will include here, like from the beginning, if I take fishes, amphibians, then after that will be the reptiles, then is the birds, mammals, right? So these all comes under the phylum Chordata, and all the phyla together will come under the kingdom Animalia, right? So based on the similarities, you are keeping some of the things under same higher level, Panthera. They are similar in characters, so you kept it under the Panthera. Panthera and Felis have something common in that, that's why you kept it under the Felidae. Getting that? And so on up to the higher level. So don't forget to remember all these examples as well, right? This is important. And which level what comes. Like if randomly they can ask you, Carnivora is an order or a family? You should know it is an order. If they ask you Felidae and Canidae is what? Class, order, family, genus, you should say it is a family. Or maybe they will not give you this thing, arrange in increasing, decreasing order. Maybe they give you this. They shuffle this and ask you arrange in a increasing or decreasing order, right? So NEET is more after the examples. Be careful, learn the example very carefully, and which example under what heading. This is next important task you have to take care of, right? Okay, now in your book, they had given one more thing. If I go with like this table form, this is a commonly given table in the last of your chapter. This is again very, very important. First two example they have given for animals, last two for the plants. If I say more about the plants, this is dicot, this is for the monocot. Be careful. Here this is a biological names for all, like for the man, Homo sapiens, for the housefly, it is Musca domestica. Be careful, the word is what here? Musca. It is not Musa, M-U-S-A. If even single, the C is removed, na? Musca, if genus you are taking, this is the scientific name for banana, right? So read your option carefully, right? If they ask the scientific name of housefly, you must remember M-U-S-C-A, right? So, okay, now if I go with this thing now, further, mango, Mangifera indica, wheat, Triticum aestivum, genus, species, genus, species, genus, species, genus, species, or specific epithet, species you can call it. This is all genus name they have given. Then for family. Now what they will do as a question, maybe they give you like all that features, like they will give you all that names and ask you it belongs to what common category. It belongs to family, right? Hominidae for man, Massidae for housefly, Anacardiaceae for mango, Poaceae for the wheat. In the plants, in the naming, you will find some interesting thing. AC. AC is a suffix. Means the words which you are adding at the last of a word. This is AC here, right? And ales you will find in case of order. Especially for plants I am saying, right? So do take care of that thing. Maybe it can help you. Okay, now coming for the man, order is Primata. Housefly is a Diptera, mango, sapindales, wheat is a quails. Fine. Then class for the man is a Mammalia, housefly insecta, mango dicotyledone, wheat is the monocotyledone. Last, you know very well, the phyla, it belongs, or phylum, man belongs to Chordata, housefly belongs to Arthropoda, mango belongs to Angiospermae division now, right? And wheat belongs to Angiospermae. But this is a dicot, mango is dicot, wheat is a monocot. They will not ask you features right now. If they want to, then like you are appearing for NEET exam, then they can give you the features as well, because you have learned the features of few of the families. Like Graminae, somewhere you are learning, for example, you have learned like in sexual reproduction flowering plants, Anemophily. Their Graminae family, which is Poaceae, that is mainly pollinated by the air, right? So somewhere they can they are going to make the things together from different chapters and give you, right? So you must remember for Poaceae means Graminae family, which is other name of this. Classification concept is given here and distributed few features in different chapters based on the requirement of the topic, right? So keep in your mind, maybe they can correlate that fact. Okay, now after this, let's talk about next part, like question time now. Let's check how much we get to the lecture. That will be possible only looking to few of the question which is given in previous years. I'm picking only that one, few of that. Like here, I'm taking family. Now, they are saying match column 1 with column 2 for housefly. You should be marking your hint words in the question. Housefly classification and select the correct option using the codes given below. Column 1. Now family. Family you can match with the Massidae. Means it will be 3 here. Order belongs to Diptera. Right? Order to the Diptera. Class belongs to the Insecta here. And phylum belongs to Arthropoda. I repeat once again. Family here of the housefly belongs to Massidae. Order belongs to Diptera. Class belongs to the Insecta. Phylum belongs to the Arthropoda. Means 3, 1, 4, 2. 3, 1, 4, 2. First option will be your answer. So it is based on that table, what I said you, it is very important. Learn all the things over there, right? Okay, now coming to the next point. Now they are asking, in the taxonomical categories, which hierarchical arrangement in ascending order is correct in the case of animals? So you should check out phylum must be given, and phylum is given in all. But correct order now you have to see. After kingdom, order will not come. So this is not your answer. After kingdom, okay, phylum can come, then class, order, family, genus, species. This can be your answer, but check the other options as well. Kingdom, class, obviously not your answer. Kingdom, order, then class, not a correct, and then phylum, not at all. So what is your final answer? Second option. Be careful, although you are sure with the option, but still try to read the other option once. Okay, let's take the next now. Now, what they are asking here, housefly belongs to which family, right? This is a direct thing, it belongs to the Muscidae family as per your table. Rest all, if you don't know, don't worry about that. But you have learned in NCERT that housefly belongs to Muscidae family. That will be your answer. So these are the few questions which till date asked in the as a PYQs, and as per the time we have selected that one. It is not a full chapter, just a topic which is important, and where you feel that I can leave this part, that part. It is not like this. You have to attend every topic in every chapter. Even I must say summary of that chapter you should read, and tables, diagrams, you have to sure with that. You should confirm that thing, check the labeling, check the caption of the diagrams. Everything is important. Taxonomical categories is important in itself. Being student, feel that it is tough, but divide in the way I did that. Check the journal thing first of all, then learn the example simultaneously, and last, don't forget to learn about the table form given over there. Fine. So this is all for today. Thank you very much.